So the first life lesson which I want to talk to you is regarding having intentional defaults. So the idea is to understand that whenever you have some amount of free time, even if it is on Sunday or let's say some 10-minute or half an hour break during the weekdays when you're working, what is it that you generally tend to do by default? If nobody tells you there is some work, what is it that you generally do? Is it like you are a person who reads books, or does someone just loves to scroll on the internet or Instagram or Facebook or something like that? Or you generally tend to do shopping, या जाके कोई घर का काम कर लेते हो. So the idea is to be mindful. I'll tell you my example. Till some time back, I used to generally tend to go to Prime Video or some YouTube video, watch some episode of my favorite series and complete the series and everything. But then I realized कि उससे even if I do get some marginal happiness at that time, it had become a habit of sorts now. So I realized it and I made a genuine effort to change it, and now I make it some point to do something which is productive. यूट्यूब का वीडियो बनाओ या कुछ सोचो उसके बारे में, या हेल्प माई मदर इन लॉ विथ सम हाउस होल्ड वर्क और समथिंग, और जस्ट डू चैट विद अ फ्रेंड और समथिंग विच विल गिव मी हैप्पीनेस. सो जो भी कर रही हूँ, आई ट्राई टू मेक इट इंटेंशनल एंड नॉट जस्ट समथिंग विच हैपन्स बाय डिफॉल्ट. Hi. So the second thing I want to talk to you today is about my life lessons regarding separating my planning mental state of mind and my executing mental state of mind. Now what I mean by that is there are times when I plan things beautifully and they execute well and everything, but then there are some things on some of the ideas or some of the tasks which I need to do in the house, like getting my wardrobe clean, for example, or cleaning the living room if some guests are coming and everything. I really hate doing those things. Now I'm being very honest here, but what I've consciously done is separate it. And like Nandalia, it's okay, you don't love planning, you don't like doing it, but yeah, you have a task in front of you, do it the best way you can. So just go into the executing mode and not worry about planning or whether the fact you like it or agree with it or not. Switching between your planning and executing modes of. Hi. So the third lesson which I want to talk to you today is regarding meaningful and mindful spending. So it's basically to do with spending and not with saving. Meaningful is, it should be rational, it should be objective as to why are you spending it, how much are you spending it, is it not hampering your necessities or payments or stuff like that. And mindful is like, but it is something which you deeply are passionate about or you love. Like for example, I will spend on my travel. Now not necessarily by spend that I mean every time I go on a luxury vacation to Jaipur or stay in some Taj hotels or anything like that. No, I love doing that, I do that, but I keep on balancing it out with luxury trips, backpacking trips and stuff like that. I love spending on books, and you can see those books here. Now not everybody will find this as a meaningful spend, but I do. So I'm cognizant of that fact, and that is what I wanted to talk to you about. Be very mindful and have a meaning in what you spend about. Hi. So the next lesson which I want to talk to you from my own life is regarding the idea of balancing out the tension, the constant war between accepting how you are and trying to constantly improve yourself. So I view this war not as a war where one has to survive and the other has to die, but the fact that it can be, both can coexist like a frame where you can have multiple photos like a collage. So they don't have to keep on tussling for the center spot or a particular focus area of life. Both can coexist, they have their importance. So I'll give you an example. I always think of I have learned, I have done my masters, I have good work experience. So like what do I do after this? So should I just accept and continue with my life, focus on other things, or should I still keep on improving myself when it comes to my education, my work experience, and a lot of professional growth and everything? So initially it was a war in my mind as to how to balance both, but now I think of it as accommodating and giving a small place to each and every aspect of my life in like a beautiful photo frame set. Stop reacting and start responding. The reason I say it because it's very obvious, but it was an aha moment, a realization that yeah, I need to be mindful. I need to listen to something, pause, and then frame my vakya, frame my statement, and then speak it. Okay, I am an extremely good debater. I am a Toastmaster, so it's my natural tendency to react, to speak out, to respond, to answer back immediately because I know the answer or I have an opinion on a certain thing. But I've learned to be cognizant about this, and if I listen to a statement, I pause. As a natural process, I gulp because that's the way how I take a physical break between reacting and responding, and take a second or two and then respond. So yeah, it is not just in terms of how actually speaking up things, but actually reacting to anything in life. Now this might seem to a very cliche sentence, but yeah, some of the instances which I don't really want to talk on camera again, so they have turned a lot of lessons have been learned in that statement. So always pause before you make any decision, always pause to reflect before you buy anything on Amazon or any website, forget Amazon, or even if there is an amazing sale and everything. How is my information diet? Basically, where am I getting my nutrients? Where am I getting my information from? So is it only WhatsApp for you, or is it only Instagram, Twitter for you, or Facebook for you? I'll give you my example. There were times when my source of information was limited to a few sources, like reading books, or let's say for the matter talking to my father or watching news. But then I realized that I don't know any gossip, so I started talking to my friends, making people as the source of information. Then I'll give another example regarding my information diet regarding some aspects, some important nutrients. Like I never used to update my knowledge regarding finance, like the investment or wealth management journey. Because I started earning, I still used to save by traditional methods. I needed to update my knowledge, so I updated and I upgraded my nutritional to include some YouTube videos or take some courses online to understand and reflect and update my diet. The last life lesson I want to talk to you in today's video is regarding consistency and quantity often leads to two things in different aspects, in different situations. One is it can lead to quality, and second, it can lead to creativity. So I'll give you a very simple example regarding this. I have almost on my YouTube channel on which you are watching this, I have made at least 20-25 videos now, and only after making those many, having the courage to upload them and everything, that I have come to have some sense of quality regarding my own videos. So in my sense, in this instance, yes, consistency and quantity have led to some amount of quality, some marginal improvement. I'll give you another very, very relatable example to say. I had to make at least 3 puran polis to achieve a circular, non-broken puran poli. The taste was amazing, the quality was beautiful, but the creativity or the perfection which only came through putting consistent and quantitative efforts to it. So that is my last life lesson in today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.